Since I have been here in the country, I have listened. I have met yesterday the Herero representatives and the Nama representatives, and I think it is good also to listen. But I'm also happy to be able to invite you to speak to you. Today I want to acknowledge the violence inflicted by the German colonist powers on your ancestors, particularly the Herero and the Nama. I'm painfully aware of the atrocities committed 100 years ago and in the 19th century. The colonial powers drove the people from their land. And when the Herero, when your ancestors resisted, General von Trotta's troops embarked on a war of extermination against them and the Nama. In his infamous order, General Trotta commanded that every Herero be shot, with no mercy shown even to women and children. At the Battle of Waterberg in 1904, the survivors were forced into the Omaheke Desert, where they were denied any access to water sources and were left to die of thirst and starvation. And following this, the surviving Herero, Nama and Damara were interned in camps and put to forced labor of such brutality that many of them did not survive. We pay tribute, I pay tribute in the name of the German government to those brave women and men, particularly from the Herero of the Nama, Damara, who fought and suffered so that their children and their children's children could live in freedom. I honor with great respect your ancestors who died fighting against their German oppressors. Even at that time, back in 1904, there were also Germans who opposed and spoke out against this war of oppression. One of them, and I'm proud of that, was August Bebel, the chairman of the same political party of which I'm a member. In the German parliament at that time, Bebel condemned the oppression of the Herero in the strongest terms and honored their uprising as a just struggle for liberation. I'm proud of that today. A century ago, the oppressors, blinded by colonial fervor, became agents of violence, discrimination, racism and annihilation in Germany's name. The atrocities, the murders, the crimes committed at that time are today termed genocide. And nowadays, General von Trotta would be prosecuted and convicted, and rightly so. We Germans accept our historical and moral responsibility and the guilt incurred by Germans at that time. And so, in the words of the Lord's Prayer that we share, I ask you to forgive us our trespasses and our guilt.